Hi, I'm David. I was playing around with IBM App Connect Enterprise today, and I built something kind of fun, and I have been torturing my wife with it. So I found a random joke generating API that somebody created in Google App Engine and made it public. So I figured I would send myself a Slack message every hour so I could tell my wife a terrible joke. So let me show you how I created it. This is the designer view within IBM App Connect Enterprise. I'm going to click into this random joke generator just to show you what we're working with. So inside of the tool, I was able to set a scheduler. The scheduler is going to show me a new joke every hour. It'll run the flow once an hour, every hour. I've got an HTTP endpoint here, which is right there, and I've actually got this flow running, so I can't click in and edit anything. I'm going to parse the JSON, and then I'm going to send a couple of Slack messages. But hey, let's build this thing out. All right, so we'll go into the dashboard within the designer view. Click create. We're going to create an event-driven flow. First thing we want to do is set our trigger. So that's this action here. And it's going to take a minute. And I'll go into the toolbox where I can grab this scheduler. And we'll set it. It doesn't really matter what we're doing because this is just for demonstration purposes, but we'll say for every 1 hour, Saturday, Sunday. So we've got our scheduler set. We want it to run whenever we switch it on as well. We want to add this HTTP endpoint. So we'll go into this list here and click HTTP endpoint, click invoke method, and then we've got to add the URL, which I've got handy over here on the side. Let me grab that. Let's see, we'll copy it and we'll paste it here. So officialjokeapi.appspot.com, random joke. So you can take this and integrate it however you want, but that's the link. Take a note if you'd like. This is a get operation, and we'll say continue flow. It doesn't really matter as long as we get a non-200. We'll actually say yes. We're only going to pull a couple times though, so that's good to go. Next thing we want to do, and I'm going to show you real quickly how I went about this. I'm not going to parse that JSON yet because I want an example of what the JSON looks like. So I'm just going to go into Slack. I've kind of got a Slack account that I play with, and we're going to send a message from Slack, and we're going to change that destination type to channel. We're going to send it to our, let's say, leads channel, because jokes are like leads, right? They lead you to laugh, ha ha ha. And then we're just gonna go into the invoke method, and we're just gonna take the entire response body here so that we can see what that JSON response actually looks like. So from there, I want to test the flow. We'll hit continue, and we got a 200 over here. Here's the Slack message here. So we got this JSON response here. So we want to take that so we can parse it. It says, is there a hole in your shoe? No. Then how'd you get your foot in it? That's a classic. So we'll copy that, come back over here. We're going to add a JSON parser between the get operation and Slack. So to do that, we'll dive back into the toolbox. We'll expand this real fast so you can see it. And there's a JSON parser here. So we got the JSON input. Show where that's coming from. So that's coming from this invoke method response body. And then on the output schema, we're going to put our sample JSON in there, what we got from Slack. Generate schema, automatically generates it for us. And now I can minimize that, go to Slack, and I'll take that response body piece out of there. And we'll add from the JSON parser, we're going to add the setup. And I'm going to add another Slack message here because I wanted to send as 2 messages. So add Slack, add messages, send message, And destination type is going to be a channel. And we're going to send that again to leads. All right, and in this text, we're going to go back to that JSON parser and we're going to just put the punchline in there. And now we're going to test it again. Hit continue. All right, we got our 200, and here is the message here. So, do you know where you can get chicken broth in bulk? The stock market. Get it? Stock. All right, great. So now if I wanted to send that to myself every hour so that I can then turn around and harass my wife or coworker or whoever happens to be the unlucky soul that gets to sit next to me at the time, I'll just hit start flow and then I'll have a joke to tell every hour of the day. So anyways, from a realistic standpoint, don't spend the money to do this, but you can see how targeting an HTTP endpoint with a get operation, how we parse that JSON super easily, and then turn around and use the key value pairs from that JSON parsing to create a Slack message. We could also, plug that information into an email or use any of the hundreds of connectors that we have available within IBM App Connect Enterprise. So anyways, fun with App Connect. You guys have a great day. If you like my content, subscribe or something. If not, then don't.